Hi, welcome to the PowerDirector tutorial. I'm going to show you a few of the basic tools that you'll need to know to complete your projects. To start a project, click New Project. From there, add media. Simply scroll through and select the videos, photos, or audio you would like to upload. Once you've selected your clip, it will show you the timeline, and you can scroll through it using your finger going right or left. To add a new clip, hit the blue plus arrow on the right-hand side of the timeline. Here you can add more media, again using audio, photos, or more video clips. Now you can see them all put together in the timeline. You'll notice it shows you where the clips start and end, and from there we can add new things to our project. Let me show you something I started earlier. So you can see I'm scrolling through my timeline. And again, you can scrub through your timeline using your finger going right or left. You can add text to your video by using the text tool, which is in the bottom left-hand side of the menu. From there, it shows you a bunch of different styles that you can choose, and this is what your text will look like on screen. Select one that you like. My advice is to choose something that's simple. You can also swipe anywhere to preview on screen to see what it looks like. Because my video is about Las Arrugas and our welcome, I will choose that as a title, Welcome to Las Arrugas. You can also justify the text to the left, the center, add bold, italic, and you can resize your text by pinching and moving the text box around your screen. And now you can see it as part of our timeline as T for text. What you just saw there is called a transition. Let me show you how you can add one to your video. Select the transition tool. Again, my recommendation is to choose something simple and not distracting to your story, so I'm going to select the fade. From there, you can change the length of the transition all the way up to 4 seconds. I'm going to choose 1.5 seconds for my video. You can then press the play button and see what the transition looks like. Have fun, but remember my recommendation is to keep it simple. You can preview your work at any time. Now we can go back into the timeline. Let's try a different tool. Remember, the tools are located at the bottom toolbar, and you can choose any one simply by using your finger and holding it down on that tool. Let's look at some effects. I like to use the adjustment layer which is on the top right-hand side. As you can see, it adds an adjustment layer to the timeline. And what this means is that we can add an effect. We can saturate or desaturate our footage. Let me show you how that works. So once I select the adjustment layer, simply click that with your finger. And for example, we can play with the hue. Because this is a serious story, I want to keep the color as natural as possible. But you can also saturate or desaturate. And as you can see here, it gives my video a black and white effect. With an adjustment layer, it will only create the effect on the adjustment layer and nowhere else within your video. As you can see, it rolled over onto my next clip. I can select the white handle and using the timeline, drag it back to where I want that adjustment layer to start and end. And as you can see here, I have a black and white, and then it transitions to color. Again, have fun, and it's really easy to undo your work by either hitting the undo button or by hitting the trash can button at the top right-hand side of your screen. And as you can see, my adjustment layer is gone. Now let's check out some audio features in PowerDirector. You can add music to your video. You can search by all. Or you can search by genre. In this example, I chose ambient. It depends what sort of story you're telling in your video and what fits the mood of your video. And as you can see, there are many genres, and you can also search by mood. For example, emotional. Another thing you might want to try in the audio is the sound effects. Remember, use these to emphasize certain areas of your video to call attention. But a siren may not be appropriate for the story you're telling, so just be aware that sound effects should only be used when appropriate. Lastly, uploading. As you can see on the top right-hand corner, there's an arrow pointing upwards. Select that. Remember to name your file, and I recommend your resolution. Keep it at full HD 1080p. You can keep your bitrate as standard and your frame rate as 30. And when you're ready, I want you to click the blue Produce button on the bottom. Be patient, as it can take some time to upload and compress your video. Remember, we're not looking for final products tomorrow, but what we call a rough cut in the industry, something that you can share and get feedback on before you prepare your final edit. Have fun discovering the tools. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Slack channel. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. See you tomorrow.